I have decided that when my lease ends on March 31st, 2022, that I am leaving my home that's been here for the past 3 years. It doesn't feel real at all. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I didn't think I was grieving, but I feel like I am now because this place is like everything, you know. I have all these sticky notes on my wall that help me get to believing in myself and just changing my thoughts and helping me with my anxiety and my mental health. And you know, this was my sacred space when I was going through things, and it was the space that allowed me to be authentic. And when you come from a place where you felt like you had to make other people happy or you wouldn't be accepted, and finally get to do that, like even when I first moved here, like I thought I had to go about being a person a certain way. Like I was very hypercritical of every movement that I made in my home. If I could be around naked, if I could like dance in my underwear, like just everything I was questioning, like, you know what I'm saying? And now like it's completely different. Like this home, I got to do everything. I've got to explore myself in so many ways. And now I'm leaving. I don't want to get all teary-eyed, but like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm recognizing that I make things harder for myself than they should be. Like I'm thinking about how I have like actually like 11 days to leave, like clean and stuff, and like it doesn't feel like enough time. But I think that's just because I'm stressed and a lot of unknown uncertainties are at play right now, and I just have to let it go. But today I'm just gonna like sort all my clothes, and then I'm gonna throw away, and then I'm supposed to hang out with someone at 6. It's really hard for me to hang out with people when I have things that I need to focus on. I'm like, there's no time for social hour.
I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna pack it in. Eric, don't look at my eye.
There's no time for social life. We don't do that.
But I have a queen bed next door with my name on it, and I have been looking forward to sleeping in that bed all day. But
I need to let it go. We'll see. Y'all, look at this wig I made. Isn't she so cute? I kind of feel like I look like Prince. I have a photo of myself with this where I feel like I was like Prince low-key. I don't know why. I love y'all. Oh my god, like I look cute as shit. And yeah. I'm in a sweater now because I'm freaking leaving and I feel crazy. Like I don't even know where I'm gonna live. I have dates. I don't even know where I'm gonna live. So I should probably tell you all how I'm actually able to do that and how I decided to actually leave and where I'm going to be going. So I'm going to look for that clip. Be right back. So I have been facing some crazy new challenges because I have not gone back to a 9-to-5. I had to figure out some form of income. I decided to become a pet sitter. So basically I'm literally just watching people's pets. I'm in their homes watching their animals and just making money. And I decided to do that because again, I just didn't want to go back to a 9-to-5. And it was really fun. It's really exciting. I really enjoy it, but it also gave me the freedom to, at least what I thought, it would give me more freedom to focus on my channel. But in the past 3 months, I haven't even uploaded anything, which was really hard for me because this is what I genuinely care about. But at the same time, I think acknowledging the fact that like this is a whole new experience, something I've never even done before, something that I just had to accept that like is going to take time, which for my mental is just like, no, I want it now. Like I was in my head just like with all of this self-doubt, like maybe this isn't meant for me, maybe I'm making the wrong decision, just like all of those questions in the back of my mind, but also doing the complete opposite by doing something I've never done before. Everything that I'm doing, I've never done before. Everything that I've learned and have been taught to do, I have done before. And I keep teetering back and forth like, okay, well, you've done this before, you haven't done this before. where do you stand with it all? And every time I think back to like what I was taught and how to go about life, which we basically all have been taught this way. So there's no like blame. It's just like, well, is that your truth? Is that what you believe? And when I think about the fact that the way that I live my life, at least like my day-to-day habits are, yes, very structured, but the way that I believe in things and believe that I am semi in control of my destiny, but also like I have spiritual help. I have divine wisdom that is placed inside of me when I take care of myself emotionally and spiritually. So my beliefs and my values don't align with what I was taught anymore. And that's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. Ever since I got this dog sitting gig, there were times when like I've had cancellations and I didn't even know when my next bill, I didn't even know how I was going to pay my next bill. Like I have rent due, I have insurance due, I have like my Wi-Fi, my phone bill, just like all of these things. And for me, I'm talking about myself, but for myself, my anxiety is very connected to my resources, my financial resources, you know, the way I was raised to make sure I handle everything that's materialistic or, you know, just taking care of myself was very focused on like physical resources. And so for me, knowing that I didn't have enough money to take care of something, and it was the first time that's ever happened before, it's terrifying. It's so terrifying, and it made me question, like, you need to stop and you need to apply for real jobs. You need to go find a real 9-to-5, and because you're making a mistake. And for a lot of that time while I was working these dog sitting gigs, like I was still, even though my belief was like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing, I was still scrolling like on Indeed, and I was still scrolling on like job resources and things like that, like trying to apply for jobs because I was scared. I was terrified, even though everything inside of myself was telling me to keep going, keep pushing. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing because this is the life that you're trying to live. Like, yeah, I don't want to be a pet sitter forever, or maybe I will be a pet sitter for some supplemental income, but like the goal is this. The goal is to connect to my creative self, to go into more opportunities that I've already visualized. Like I don't have a 10-year plan, but like there's other things I want to do outside of this. But in order to get there, I have to step out of my comfort zone to build. I just feel like I'm meant to support people and guide them into like their passions and their purpose. So this is where I'm supposed to start. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. But you know, when you're taking on a new job or a new role, you get so obsessive. Like I needed to make sure I had gigs lined up. I needed to make sure that I could pay some of my bills because it was, you know, I wasn't having sleep. I just couldn't focus. I couldn't focus on anything besides these dog sitting gigs, and I was just terrified. And also because I wasn't home, so just like I'm not at home, I don't have a car, so I'm getting to these people's places by buses, and like because I was spending money on like a Lyft and Uber, and that was way too much money. That was out of my budget. I could not afford it, and it was just like the struggle was so real. And I'm grateful, like I have privilege, but I'm just saying, like it was hard. It's been really difficult. I need someone to tell me I can do this, but it's like the past 2 years I have gotten through so much, and I'm just like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. You know, these new challenges with pet sitting, like I was pet sitting for these 2 dogs, and the lady left the key under like this, like on top of this table under some like rocks. It's like some rock decor. And I literally the key was like really flimsy, and I put the key in the door, and then she said the door was really old, and I was like, okay, I'll try to be gentle. And the dogs are barking because obviously they're like, who that? Like who is literally trying to come into our home? And like I'm like trying to unlock the door, and the key breaks in half.
Oh my God!
Like, it breaks in half. And so I'm just like, oh my God, like, what do I do? And she's literally on a plane, just took off to go to Vegas. And I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what the hell am I gonna, I was literally like, it was crazy because I didn't even know, like, I was calm. Like, I was panicky, I guess, inside, but I was so calm. I was like, all right, what's the name of the, like, locksmith? Like, give me the phone number. Like, I'll call them. So I was just, like, waiting in, like, negative 10-degree cold, just sitting, just waiting, like, just some random black person at someone's house in this, like, neighborhood. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And then, so the locksmith comes, and he's like, I don't want to stereotype, but he was just one of those. And I was like, hi, I was like, can you help me with this? He was like, yeah, it's fine. And so he opens the door, and then I get in, I get to take care of the dogs and all that stuff, but I have to pay him. But I already got the payment from the lady when she was on the flight. And so, like, it was fine. And then I told him, I was like, okay, well, I can pay you outside or I can pay you inside. And he was like, I mean, we can do it inside. I was like, are you okay with dogs? Like, are you not afraid of dogs? And I was like, are you comfortable with being around dogs? Because they're very hyper dogs. Like, they get excited. They'll, like, climb on you and stuff like that. He was like, yeah, as long as they don't bite. And I was like, okay. And I could see how, like, anxious he was about it. But I was like, all right, fine, that's fine. So as soon as he walks in with me, he's like, turn to the side. I'm like, oh my God, let's just hurry up and get this paid. And I told him, I was like, please make sure you close the door behind you because the dog will try and get out because they like to do that. When I was speaking with my client about it, he proceeds to literally leave the door open. And as soon as I, like, turn my head, Luna is out. Luna is literally gone. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm literally running on the street, when there's literally ice, snow. I live in the Midwest. There is like layers of snow and ice, trying to find this dog. And the dog's just, like, running around happily, and the neighbor's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I just gotta find a dog. I don't know. Like, just literally, like, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and just, like, he came back. When the challenges happen and all these things are going south and all these things are happening, that's literally when I start questioning my faith. Like, I have been, even though I made this decision, I question it every day. Like, it's still sitting in the back of my mind, and it's just like, who knows what is going to happen? A couple of months ago, I probably would have never done this. Like, or a year ago, I probably would have never done this. I would have thought, like, I still question my sanity, but it's just like, I never would have taken that active step. And even though I don't know what's ahead, and I think at some point when things are not going well, even though, like, I'm in this new chapter, right? And even though things are not going well, I still have faith enough to know, like, I've been telling myself actively, like, hey, it's not going perfect. Who says it was going to be perfect? I'm experiencing, like, growth. Like, I'm experiencing, like, being able to handle inside of myself, like, yeah, it sucks and it's not going well, but it doesn't mean it wasn't right for you. It doesn't mean that, like, you're making the wrong decision, you're making the wrong choice. No, it's teaching you resilience. It's teaching you patience. It's teaching you that, yes, at times you're probably going to question your faith, but, like, all of what I'm doing is leading me towards my happiness. Every single thing that I'm doing is helping me embrace my freedom. Like, I know how unhappy I'd be if I were to go back to a 9-to-5. I know how unhappy I'd be if I didn't have control over when I wanted to go see a new place, when I would want to go, like, just be in nature for 24/7. Like, I want to be able to just have the decision to just be like, I'm going to go to North Carolina for 2 weeks. Like, I want to be able to do that. And I don't want to feel like I'm crazy or like that's out of beyond this world, you know? And I feel like for the longest time, my subconscious has been actively taking those steps. Like, even though logically my brain is like, girl, what are you doing? It's like, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Bling, bling, bling.
For the past 3 years of me taking care of myself and building myself from the ground up, like, I have been making these active steps. And I think these past 3 months, as I've been reflecting, I'm finally being faced with my power. I'm finally coming face to face with the strength inside of me. Like, I don't really look at myself as like, I don't want to use the words resilient, but like my strength, you know, like that willpower, like I'm making this happen. I'm doing this for myself. Like I want this for myself so bad, and I'm not going to let nobody tell me that it's wrong. I haven't told anyone because I'm protecting myself. I'm protecting my dreams because I know how sensitive I am. I know that if someone says something, it's going to place more seeds of doubt in my mind, and I just can't have that. And I want people who are going to look out for the best interests of me and believe in me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, now I'm tapping into that. Now I feel that new power that I've never felt before.
You're gonna be the best that ever was.
Right now I'm like, oh my God, like I'm doing this. Like, even though I'm terrified and I don't even know, like, the fear of letting go of the stability that I've always had underneath me, or at least materialistically have had. Stability keeps me comfortable. Stability keeps me safe. Those are not bad things. Those are comfortable things. Those ease my anxiety. I'm doing the complete opposite. But now I'm experiencing something different. Now I'm experiencing surprises. I'm having dreams that my dreams always are the things that are like make me feel connected to the divine. That's usually how I like connect to my spiritual team most. But the things that I have been seeing, and I don't know, it just like it just feels right. That's if I quiet the anxiety for a second and just like, my body's already doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's already doing it. Everything's just like, we've made our decision. And I think I'm just excited, y'all. I'm excited. It's weird. It is March 19th. I can't count, 12 days until I leave my apartment. It is a big, nasty mess, and I do not like when things are messy. But yeah, so yeah, basically I am picking up a suitcase tomorrow so I can put some stuff in it. I don't know how. I want to travel very lightly because I don't need all these things. And plus, when I make some money, I want some new things or some nicer things. But yeah, I'm getting a suitcase tomorrow, a carry-on suitcase, but it comes with this really nice bag. And I'm like, I want to put this as my toiletries. It sounds really boring, but yeah, I just took off my wall. All of my tapestries were here and here and here. There's one more left. So yeah, it's getting pretty serious. Yeah, people are coming over to pick up things, and I sold my altar this morning, and that was probably the hardest thing for me. But everything else, I'm like, bye, peace out. But yeah, I'll update you guys soon, and hopefully I'll show you my suitcase too. I'm dying inside. Today is the day that I am moving, and I'm very detached. It doesn't feel real, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Peace.